Ramos with an inch in height. Both fighters coming in right at that divisional 146-pound limit. We'll see if Ramos can take advantage of what is a 4-inch edge in reach. All right, now for the particulars, back inside to Joe Martinez.
And all fight fans, here we go with the next fight tonight. 3 rounds. This is the UFC featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a striker standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. Weighing in officially 146 pounds. His record stands at 19 victories, 5 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Grozny, Chechen Republic of Russia, here is Zubaira, Warrior Tukhugov. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. He too weighed in at the featherweight limit, 146 pounds, and holds a record of 15 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Campinas, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Here is Ricardo. And your referee in charge of the action, Mark Gunner.
Final prelim assignment for Mark Goddard, who has 2 more assignments on the main card. The beautiful Carly Baker is back for the first time in a long time. Oh, and I'm now being told by our producer, Zach Candido, that Mark Goddard picked up the main card opener. So he's going to be a busy man tonight. This fight clock, incidentally, is brought to you by Modelo. Ramos in yellow, Zubaira, Tuhugov's in black.
Zuba does a lot of his work with his hands, while Ramos will throw a lot of kicks, all kind of different kicks. Really good outside leg kick, but also spinning attacks. He's more than willing to throw those.
In my film study, Daniel, I came across you comparing Ramos' forward pressure to Paulo Costa's back in the day.
You know, he's a guy that fights going forward, but then as I've seen Paulo Costa evolve, and as he had, when he was on his run, even the last fight Costa had, for all the issues, he still fought a good fight.
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
The guy is a tremendous fighter.
And I was as mad as anyone about the whole debacle of the weight stuff, but when he got in there, the man performed, and the body kicks were disgusting.
Tuhugov's got a lot of support across the world, and as you heard in this building tonight, for what is his 8th UFC appearance.
Well, he's fought here before. Obviously, he's very close to Khabib. Spent a lot of time in San Jose. But when you think of Ramos,
good counters to these kicks from Tukhugov. See, even there, that beautifully countered really well with that left hand so far.
Zuba does a great job with his hands. But I saw a video once, him wrestling the Olympic and world champion out in Dagestan. And he was doing pretty good wrestling. Granted, he didn't have on wrestling shoes. It changes a lot.
Yeah.
But he did a good job of holding his own. He's very well-rounded.
Ramos, 2-1 at 145 pounds of the UFC. Accrued some experience at lightweight, but seems to have mastered this cut down to 146. Fabio Prado representing Team Alpha Male in this corner tonight. Khabib Nurmagomedov and Javier Mendez on the other side.
You know, we heard the Polish corner earlier, and Khabib is very similar to the Polish corner.
You barely sit down.
Ooh, nice stick by Zuba there. Difference is Khabib's wearing his mask as in...
Beautiful exchange up here against the fence.
Oh, he cut him open bad. Cut Ramos open bad. There's blood leaking from somewhere on the left side of his face.
Big right hand.
Left.
Tuhugov got him hurt.
Ricardo Ramos on the ropes early, throws a spinning attack, nothing happening. Little swelling around that right eye for Tukhugov, by the way. Looks like Zuba is cut as well.
Yeah, both cut over the eyelid, looks like.
There's been a few instances where both guys throw and land at the same time. But yeah, Ramos definitely bleeding significantly worse.
Cutmen are getting it in early tonight. Again, Tukhugov finds the range.
Ramos has got to earn some respect here. He's got to land something that makes Tukhugov back up a little bit.
A lot of head strikes have found the target early for Tukhugov. All right, Dean Thomas, just over a minute to go, round one. What do you have, sir?
Yeah, this all started because of Tukhugov's counter-punching. He was countering and hurting Ramos every time. Now Ramos doesn't want to throw, and Tukhugov can just walk forward and put pressure on him and throw big shots.
Yeah, that's why you're right, DC, that he's got to try to get,
Yeah.
John, somebody said you got to get some respect.
Well,
Otherwise,
you see,
Tukhugov's going to just keep marching him down.
because he's been countered so many times, Paulie, he starts to throw something and he pulls it back. He's expecting the counter, so he's not really committing to his shot.
That right eye of Tukhugov is starting to look worse, though, as this round goes on.
Oh my goodness, beautiful.
How did he leave that? Full spinning elbow lands for Ramos.
Wow, he threw it a little bit earlier. That time he timed it great.
Now, we talked about him putting something out there that's going to get some respect. That'd be it.
That'll make Zuba stop being so reckless in his pursuit
Exactly.
And you're right, Paul, about Tuhugov's eye getting progressively worse here towards the end of the round.
He's all battered. They both look the same now. Zuba has taken a lot of damage. That right eye is closing very quickly.
Man, this evening is...
There's the elbow. Round two around the bend.
Getting in and we're getting out. You're doing that well. Get in and get out. Get in and get out. Don't stay in there.
Vamos lá, agora tu acordou, agora tu entrou no jogo, tá?
Let's go. Now you're awake. You're in the game. You felt your pressure. Now let's clinch him when you can. Keep your movement. He's not finding you in the ring.
Breathing, just breathing.
Eu quero essa mão alta, hein?
Deep breaths.
Keep your hands up.
Quero essa mão alta, hein? O tempo todo. Tá
Keep
deixando a
those
mão
hands
baixa.
up always.
Vamos
You're
procurar essa
lowering
luta
them.
de solo agora. Chegou a
Let's
hora.
look for the ground fight now. It's time.
Vamos lá, hein? Bora lugar de chão, hein?
Well, UFC 268 features two explosive high-level championship rematches. Usman Covington, also Namajunas, defending her belt against Zhang Wei Li. It is UFC 268 next Saturday for the UFC's triumphant return to Madison Square Garden. It's available for purchase only on ESPN+. We were able to watch the Ramos corner after round one. Nice job by the veteran cutman Scott Ream to close that wound.
Really good job.
Both corners did a great job of getting the damage dealt with. But you heard the corner of Ramos. They think that the ground fight's about to start now because he did land and hurt Tukhugov.
Right hand lands over the top for Zuba early in round two.
Yeah, and for Tukhugov, he's landed that big right hand, but it's the jab as well. He's keeping that lead, and then he does that. He gets Ramos to open up with his own strikes and counters beautifully with his right hand. Look at that. That's speed right there. Good job from Tukhugov.
Both guys land simultaneously there.
He's right back to pressuring Ramos. There's Ramos. Now he's starting to feel himself a little bit. And that's what his corner said. He's like, all right, now we're awake.
Yep, and that's the danger in fighting Ricardo Ramos. The guy has so many skills. You know, Ramos is so good on the ground, on his feet, but he's equally as effective on the ground. So you cannot find that safe space by just taking him down because he's so dangerous even there.
That's both these guys, right? I mean, there's no room to breathe for either one of them. You take Tukhugov down, great grappler.
Yeah.
Ramos, great jiu-jitsu.
But we saw it in the last fight. Durayev, when the stand-up got too close, he just took him down. Can't do that with either of these guys.
Ramos, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, former Brazilian champion in his home country. 7 career wins by submission coming in. 3 minutes now to go round two.
Nice little hook there from Ramos.
Still a lot of pressure by Zuba. Does a good job of fading back and throwing the 1-2.
Yep.
Oh!
Nice right hand.
Great cut. There it is. Single leg attempt.
And just like we talked about, DC immediately stopped and back on the feet and then lands a right hand.
Tuhugov's gotten several right hands over the top here in the first half of round 2.
And he looks fresh. Both of these guys look fresh. Neither look like they're starting to fatigue.
Right.
One thing that I wish for Zuba is that he would throw a few kicks. At least a few. He hasn't thrown one kick this entire fight. It's all been with the hands.
Nice jab from Tukhugov. More volume from Ramos. But Tukhugov has landed 41% of his significant strikes to 25% for Ramos.
Yeah, Zuba's hands look phenomenal tonight.
Ramos has got to start to realize and find this read, right? He throws a jab or any punch, Tukhugov slips back and throws a 1-2 powerful shot right over top of it. He can time that, knowing that when he steps in and pulls back, Tukhugov is always coming in with a 1-2. He needs to look for a knee and an uppercut.
Ramos is about to spin, Paul. He saw him reach out with his left hand. He touched the front leg of Zuba. You see he's about to spin. There you go. Now a kick from Tukhugov. Ramos wants to spin.
Yeah, he's trying to set him up right now. A good jab from Tukhugov. So aggressive tonight. Non-stop forward pressure from Tukhugov. Calf kick there from Ramos.
Ramos attacking the lower half. Nice right hand lands flush for Tukhugov.
Yeah, that got through.
All right, final minute. You see the numbers. Tukhugov starting to pull away, at least statistically here in this second round.
The one thing I'm impressed with tonight is Zuba's jab. His jab looks crisp. It's fast. It's getting to the target. And the pressure. I mean, Ramos is backing up the entire time. Beautiful level change there on the double. Takes the back of Ramos. Here at the back trip. Beautiful back trip there. Beautiful back trip there by Zuba.
And a great time to get a takedown late in the round. Ramos trying to get up right here. But Tukhugov does get credit for his first takedown of the fight. It comes late in round 2. Third and final round. Forthcoming.
Look here. We're telling you, but you don't hear us.
You're doing fantastic, Zuba. Fake it.
You have to leave everything here.
Bora, tomar você, Ricardo.
Let's go. It's all yours, Ricardo.
Ricardo, tu vai sair na porrada agora.
You're gonna brawl now. Let's go. Break him.
Well, on November 13th, it is a spectacular main event. On ESPN Plus, former featherweight champ Max Holloway faces the Mexican highlight reel Yair Rodriguez. Main card starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. Prelims beforehand at 1. That is coming up November 13th. All right, third and final round here. Ramos in yellow, Tukhugov in black. Both corners seem to like the work they have gotten from their athlete thus far.
Sneaky right hand there from Ramos. Both guys wearing it.
It's been a really good fight. Zuba's done a good job of backing up Ramos, keeping him on his heels and hitting him with that jab.
There it is again.
They both landed there.
But Ramos has landed, man. He's hit some good shots in there.
And you see the spinning attack lands to Tukhugov immediately right back into range, taking the center. Nice stick by Ramos.
And maybe Ramos will make that read, right, Paul? Knowing that You start a combination, throw a feint out there when Zubaira counters, then you re-attack him when he's starting to finish his attack.
Yeah, at this point, we're in the third round, and Zuba's done a great job of countering back with his 1-2 or leading with his jab. So you've got to start trying to set traps, right? If you know he's using that jab, what can you put out there? How can you block the right hand to force him to use that jab and know that when it's coming, I've got something in mind? Whether that be a knee, an elbow, or one of his spinning attacks. We saw him.
Oh!
There's a knee. There's a left hook.
Back and forth we go. You see the personal best for significant strikes now for Tukhugov.
Ramos just made a decision that he's not backing up anymore, Paul.
Yeah, he's going to fight.
Look at that.
I like that he's looking for that uppercut and slipping off to the side of that jab. See, that's him recognizing that he's starting to get the reads, that he knows the weapons that Tukhugov is consistently using throughout this fight. There it is.
Jab, man. That jab, Zuba's jab looks real good tonight. His cardio, too, looks fantastic.
Absolutely. And we've tended to see him fade before,
yeah,
right?
Well, it was the fight, John. Which one? Was it Dawodu that in the third round he thought he was winning?
Yep.
He just kept backing up. He was on his horse going backwards. Not today.
Yep. Ended up on the wrong side of a split. That was last September. UFC 253. But these guys have been on each other's respective radar for some time. As we mentioned, they were initially booked to fight in March. And it has been worth the wait. Final half of the final round.
Nice check hook there by Ramos.
Both guys landing simultaneously throughout this fight.
Right hand over the top partially lands for Tukhugov. And statistically, if you care, Ramos has landed just 28% of his 203 significant strikes. Tukhugov nearly at 50%, 75 of 163.
He's keeping it simple, John. It's that jab, that 1-2. He's not wasting time throwing big looping shots that aren't hitting the target. When he goes, it's that jab, consistently moving forward, landing that jab. When he's got an opportunity, he throws a 1-2. But that's pretty much all that Tukhugov has thrown. A couple of kicks here and there sprinkled in, but that's it. And it works.
Ramos was discovered on Dana White looking for a fight back in the day.
Nice body kick there by Ramos. But again, the pressure of Tukhugov. He's going to stay in his face, keep him working. We've been spoiled tonight. I mean, we've had some really good fights. Very high-level performances on both sides.
Well put together fight card. 1 minute now to decide this one. Nice connection by Ramos, and now follows it up with a jab. We'll see if Tukhugov maybe has a level change in him. 1 for 4 unofficially on his takedown attempts. There it is.
Right on cue, John.
Good work, John Anik.
But just knowing the game, right, John? You saw him do it in the last round. These guys try to put a stamp on the round. I love that back trip that he does to Ramos. Because when you're standing up from the bottom, a lot of times you dig your heels into the ground. When your weight starts to go back into your opponent, you just step behind and back trip, you will sit them down to their butt.
What a great statement about the depth of the UFC's featherweight division. And Tukhugov gave a lot of credit to Khabib Nurmagomedov for the cardiovascular improvements. Big effort from the Russian here tonight. Was it enough? We think it was. Official decision coming up. Well, if you're not on board yet, make sure you catch ESPN's 2 new MMA shows. On Monday, start your week with the Chael Sonnen Show with George Sedano. And then Tuesday, catch DC and RC featuring Daniel Cormier and Ryan Clark. Both shows can be streamed on ESPN+. You can also watch DC and RC on YouTube and listen wherever you download your podcasts. All right, so Zubaira Tukhugov was the -160 betting favorite. Ricardo Ramos, the +140 underdog. They turn in 15 strong minutes, and now Joe Martinez with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges have it 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Zubaira Warrior Tukhugov.
Big win for Zubaira Tukhugov, who has now won 2 of his last 3. All right, well, back in 2019.